I'm excited to dive into some fascinating tales from the internet's most infamous forum, where people come to share their stories of questionable behavior, moral dilemmas, and everyday absurdities. Get ready to laugh, cringe, and maybe even nod your head in agreement as we explore the wild world of human experiences. Am I the butthole for not shooting my shot? I go to a school in Georgia and I am relevantly new here, but not too new. I'm still getting to know people around these parts, and the people in my class, 2026, etc., etc. Everyone in this school, for the most part, are kind. My teachers are chill, and everything is going easy for the most part until recently. I've noticed this girl who goes by Gigi. Believe she's an underclassman of some sort or in my grade, who knows? Something about this girl is so off-putting yet charming. She has beautiful features and seems like such a caring person, yet I don't know if it's the reality of what she actually is. I've heard from a lot of my peers that she is in fact very two-faced and egoistic. Honestly, who wouldn't be with an appearance like that? I want to get close with her, but even warned that she is very toxic and beyond the levels of insane. I personally believe this is what makes a woman attractive. Such a beautiful girl, smells so nice and always looks put together yet so cocky and altogether an evil bitch. I've heard of a lot of things she's done between manipulate people into thinking they're in the wrong just to get her way, or absolutely harass people, but it can't be true, right? She seems so loved by everyone, yet there's this fear that circulates around her. Everyone's kind to her face to face, but as soon as she's away, they seem to hate her. I know I have no chance in being with her, hence we're both girls and she likely has a boyfriend. But shit. It's like I need her in my life. But here is the FK. AITA part. This is why I absolutely hate her. It's like a tease even being around her. She smells so nice. It's satisfying to look at her. Being around her is like a refreshment, and she seems to be equally humorous, but I know she wouldn't look my way. Her boyfriend and friends are blessed to feel her touch, her kiss, her words, all of it. All of it they get, and I don't stand a chance. I wouldn't say I'm the ugliest, but she's definitely way out of my league. Everything I'm not, she is. I want to become close with her, but I can't stand her. I hate her so much. She's got everything I ever desired, looks, money, the center of attention when she walks in the room, all of it. Yet I am just there. I want to be held by her, the way she holds on to her best friend. I want all of her to me and me only. Yet, I can't have not even a hello from her. It's almost as if I want her gone. I'm gone. It is a genuine burden, even glancing her way. Thus, I kneaded out my scalp. Am I the butthole? And now for the next story. Am I the butthole? My roommate's mom banged on my door when I had a guy over and said, "Shut the fuck up." I, 19, live in a college apartment with 3 other roommates. The roommate who lives right next to me, F19, had her mom stay the weekend with her in her room. Tonight, I had a guy over and nothing crazy happened. Around 5 a.m. we started to fool around. The mom then bangs on my door and says, "Can y'all shut the fuck up?" Mind you, we aren't making much noise. All we are really doing is making out. No sex. Also in the past when I've had company, I've asked my roommate if she could hear me and my guests, and she has said that she can't hear us. So am I the asshole for having a guy over and making noise while her mom is staying over? Edit. Since a lot of people are commenting it, yes, we were probably a tad bit louder than I had originally thought. But there definitely wasn't any extreme moaning or super egregious sounds. No bed or walls shaking. I was mostly taken aback by how she approached me. But it's on me for making noise. From now on, I will definitely be more cautious of bringing guests when my roommate has her parents. Now let's check out some of the comments on this post. Not the butthole. Girl, it's your apartment too. If you weren't out here, summoning demons with the moans of the damned, then her mom needs to chill. Like, ma'am, this is college, not a monastery. If she wanted total silence at 5 a.m., maybe a college apartment wasn't the best weekend getaway. Here's the response from OP. Thank you for the support. Also, you guys are adults. It might be her mom that she isn't comfortable doing anything sexual while she's around. That's her business and issue to deal with, not yours. She is not your mother, and you're not a child. This You're an adult. You have every right to tell other adults to fuck off. As a parent to a kid in college, this is the right answer. Life your life, OP. Not the butthole. And now for the next story. Am I the butthole for refusing to change my bachelorette trip date and shutting down a friend's attempts to reschedule? I'm getting married this year, and my friends, a group of 16, and I have been planning my bachelorette trip. To make scheduling fair, I asked everyone to send me the dates they were not available, so I could pick a date that worked for the most people, especially since some friends are traveling from other countries. After going through everyone's responses, there was only one date that worked for everyone. So, I announced it. That same day, one of my closest friends suddenly said she had been planning a trip around that time. However, she had never mentioned it before, hadn't booked flights, and was only reconsidering her dates because someone told her destination might be crowded. Since the condition for choosing my trip date was to prioritize the availability of the most people, I explained to her 3 separate times why that date was final. Despite that, she kept trying to change it. She even created another poll in our group chat to see if others could move their own important plans to accommodate her. She also started privately messaging people, trying to convince them to say they could be flexible. At first, I didn't directly call her out in the chat, but after she made a second poll, I sent a general message stating that the date was already chosen and wasn't changing. Now, she's upset and claims I embarrassed her by calling her out instead of speaking to her privately even, though I had already tried 3 times. I feel like she put me in a tough position, making me choose whose availability mattered more. I understand she really wants to be there, but I also think it was unfair for her to disregard everyone else's plans. I have no intention of changing the date, and honestly, I'm not planning to apologize because I don't think I did anything wrong. Am I the butthole? Now let's check out some of the comments on this post. Not the butthole, you did your best, and your friend is doing her darndest to dull the shine of your celebration. At this point, I would state plainly, publicly, Mary, I have spoken with you multiple times in private, and this now makes twice publicly. The date of my bachelorette is set and will not be changed. If you continue to press the issue so you can go on a vacation you haven't even bothered to book yet, and only decided to make an issue of after I announce the bachelorette date, then you will quickly find yourself disinvited from the bachelorette, and possibly the related celebrations as well. Then your personal and ever-changing schedule will no longer be an issue. Enough is enough. I would uninvite her altogether. She is just going to be a bitter problem throughout the trip. This is unnecessarily vindictive. The friend is making herself look like the all on her own, without OP playing into the friend's narrative that OP is calling her out. There's no further reason to publicly engage. However, it would be interesting to find out why this last-minute trip matters so much to the friend. The friend seems to really want to go to OA's bachelorette, and if that's the case, what is it about the conflicting trip that she wants to go on that's so critical to her? Not that it changes anything, but it's curious. Has not even asked why, or does know and is intentionally leaving those details out. She's putting so much effort into trying to find another date. Why would she be doing any of this otherwise? The assumption that the friend is acting in bad faith isn't warranted based on the information provided IMO. By all means then, alter it. However, someone bringing this much main character energy to the table is a disaster waiting to happen. That being said, just for you, a softer second paragraph. As I've explained to you 6 times, the goal was to find a date that worked for as many people as possible. At this time, the only person that X date does not work for is you, leaving 16 of 17 potential guests available. While you will be missed, I am not inconveniencing over 12 other people so that you can schedule the vacation you didn't bother to make me aware of during the initial planning. Please stop harassing everyone else about this, because the topic is closed. Public misbehavior deserves to be publicly addressed. OPS, friend is the one who made it a public issue. She doesn't get to complain that it's a public question now. And now for the next story. Am I the butthole for telling my husband his mom can't live with us for months-long stretches? My husband and I have been married for almost 2 years, and our son is 10 months old. My parents live nearby, which has been invaluable during my pregnancy and since. My mom comes over regularly to help us out. My husband and her are on good terms too, so it's been going well. His parents live in another country. We have visited them once since we got married. That was 7 months ago. The time prior to that was our wedding itself, which took place there. My husband had been talking about my mill visiting soon for a long visit, which I was happy with. We recently moved into our new house. I've done a good job decorating it. We have a large guest room, and I was looking forward to hosting her, especially since it would make my husband happy. A couple of days ago, he was complaining about how detailed her visa application was. I told him I was surprised it was so thorough. He told me that it's because while regular visa forms allow a stay of 6 months max, this one allows 2 years. I asked why would she need a stay of more than 6 months. He said that she had been thinking of winding up her medical practice and basically retiring, and this would then allow her to stay for a longer visit, if we all decide that it worked. I was stunned. I told him he should just do the regular app because his mom won't be staying for anywhere close to 6 months. I had it in my mind that she'd be staying for like a month. That's how long we stayed for when we went there. He said that's his mom. She tells him how alone she feels. She can't go to my bills because he lives with roommates, and we can't just put a timer on her visit here. He said she's been looking forward to helping us out with our son. I told him we don't need help, we manage fine on our own, and with my mom's help. I wanted to host his mom as a guest, not as a part of our household. He complained that how was it fair that my parents could visit whenever they wanted while his can't. I was hurt by that because my parents have helped us out a lot, and I asked him if he wants us to limit how often my mom comes to visit. He said no, that's not what he meant, that he likes her, but it wasn't fair to his parents. My reply was that when my mom comes, she goes at the end of the day. That wouldn't be the case with his. I ended it by saying he should look into the easier regular form because she can't be thinking of staying for that long. He chose to sleep on the couch that night, and has been cold with me since. I hate that. We've never been cold to each other like this. I talked to my mom too. She said that having his mom live with us for long stretches would definitely affect me. That this is worth fighting for. I haven't seen him working on the application since. Last night he went out when his mom called. When he came back, I asked him how she took it. He told me he had told her he's looking into what application best suits her. He asked me if I'd changed my mind. I said no. He just shook his head and started watching TV. Am I the butthole? Now let's check out some of the comments on this post. Not the butthole. Was he planning to move his mother in your home for 2 years, going on forever without even having a conversation about it? Here's the response from OP. He said that he was doing the 2-year application just so we have options once she's here, and said it'll be a collective decision. I told him there's no need, I have my decision already. I will not be okay with anything more than a couple of months, even that's pushing it in my mind, let alone more than 6 months. That's actually where I thought I may have been he was talking about options, and I kind of just shut him down. If she wants to move where you live for 2 years, she can get her own place, just like your parents, and come over to visit and help. Again, just like your parents. If your husband wants to compare things, then that's a fair comparison, not having her literally move in with you. Why has this not been the obvious answer? That's what I was expecting OP to say to her husband. Staying in someone's house for 2 years is a completely different thing to living nearby and popping around to help than going back home at the end of the day. Maybe it's a cultural thing. Like and subscribe for more awesome daily Reddit content. And don't forget to hit the bell to get notified when I upload new videos.